Hey, this is a bit OnlyFans, isn't it? Geoff's filming in a hotel room, and I've got a beer because I know it's 9 o'clock for you, give or take. But for me, it's beer time. Anyway, it's good that we're filming in a hotel room because this is actually about a big knob. I've been saying on my YouTube channel for 5 years now, just give me a big knob. Like, all I want is a big knob. And finally, I found an article that backs it up. This is from futurism.com. Europe tells automakers that buttons and knobs are safer than touchscreens. Death to the touchscreen. Yes, come on, let's have a big knob. European regulators have told automakers to ditch the touchscreens in favour of knobs and buttons if they want to get a better safety rating. As the Times reports, the European New Car Assessment Programme, NCAP, is warning that as of January 2026, automakers will have to include physical controls to achieve a full 5-star safety rating. Finally, they've realised that you browsing on a screen and trying to mess with your climate controls and trying to mess with your volume on a screen is a terrible idea. The independent safety body is sending a strong signal highlighting just how complex centre control touchscreens have become and how they may distract drivers. They may distract drivers. I've tried using them and it's really hard. It's much easier to just play with a big knob because when you reach over from your steering wheel, you can reach your knob, and if you know your car pretty well, you know exactly where your knob is. Forcing them to look away for extended periods of time. I can mess with my knob without even looking. Research has already found that tactile buttons are safer and much faster to use while driving. The overuse of touchscreens is an industry-wide problem, with almost every vehicle maker moving key controls onto central touchscreens. I know it, you know it, and now they know it. Euro NCAP Director of Strategic Development Matthew Avery told The Times, obliging drivers to take their eyes off the road and raising the risk of distraction crashes. To achieve a full that doesn't even make sense. He told The Times obliging... Oh, hang on, no. With almost every vehicle maker moving to key controls onto central touchscreens, it obliges drivers to take their eyes off the road and raises the risk of distraction crashes. There you go. Whoever wrote this article, I just corrected it for you. To achieve a full 5-star safety rating, the Euro NCAP will soon require car makers to have physical buttons, stalks, or dials, or knobs, for indicators, hazard warning lights, wipers, SOS calls, and the horn. Your horn is going to be on a knob. The news comes as automakers are trying to outdo each other with the size of touchscreens adorning their vehicles. For instance, in 2021, Mercedes showed off a hyperscreen dashboard which stretched an astonishing 56 inches across. A 56-inch screen in a car. That is... That's bigger than my telly at home. Don't tell my kids they want me to get a bigger TV. I genuinely think that's bigger than my TV at home. We don't have a very big TV, and while we've been away, we've been staying in these Airbnbs with massive tellies, and now the kids want us to get a massive TV at home, but not interested. Not interested. Tesla, in particular, has opted to remove almost all physical controls and bury basic functionality in menus on a large central touchscreen, including indicators and even drive modes, which has led to plenty of frustration. I agree. I've driven a Tesla, and if you don't know where the emergency door pull is, then you're knackered. Everything on a Tesla is on the screen, and even the indicators are a button. And I drove the Tesla, and I was like, why are you messing with something that just works? Like, since the beginning of time, we've had it. Well, not since the beginning of time, because you used to wave your arm out the window, and then you had semaphores which popped out the side of the car. But even that is better than having a button for an indicator. In the end, the Euro NCAP doesn't have the power to determine what car makers can or can't do. They're simply pointing out that to get full marks, they'll have to include at least some physical controls, and the rules are still subject to change in coming years. So basically, not quite yet, but this is the direction we're headed in. As this work is in progress, we've not yet finalised the evaluation procedure, Mr. Avery told The Verge. However, it's a sign of the times, with some car makers like Porsche slowly reintroducing buttons and dials. Car controls need to be intuitive for all drivers so they can concentrate on the road ahead rather than the screen to the side. The president of the UK's WEF-backed anti-motoring organisation, the AA, Edmund King, told The Times, Euro NCAP has been transformative in crash protection and saved countless lives, so it's reassuring that it's addressing how design may lead to driver distraction. The other thing that Euro NCAP needs to do is road test all of these Chinese cars that are coming over and make sure that the testing is stringent enough. I also want to see, you know, you get like the side impact tests on Euro NCAP when they get that like barrier thing and they ram it into the side of the car. I need to see that on electric cars. I really do, because when the bottom sill has been compromised, you can't tell me that that's not going to break the battery. If Euro NCAP tested electric cars the same way they've been testing cars for I don't know how many years, we would see the truth in how many of these electric cars just go up in flames when they're compromised. I really do think we need to see that. We need to see fair testing with EVs, because at the minute I think they test them without the batteries in. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So there we go. A return to big knobs. What else is going on Geoff Buys Cars? Well, we are getting ready to head back to the UK. Feeling pretty apprehensive about that. I said the other day that the number 33 has been following me around. I've organised the entire playlist from our travels, and guess how many videos are in our travel playlist? All the videos from Dubai to Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Thailand, and back to Malaysia. There's 33. I'll put a link in the pinned comment at the top to all of the videos. There's 33 videos that you can enjoy. What else is coming up? The last few videos from our travel series that are in that playlist. We visited the Proton factory. That video is going out tonight. That's a great video, that is. We went to Proton and basically we got treated like VIPs. I did a test drive in one of their new cars. We had a walk around all the heritage fleet. It was fantastic. And then tomorrow we've got our trip to Malacca, which is a great fun video actually, including me trying to do an unboxing. You know how some YouTubers do these really cheesy unboxings? Well, I managed to find a really good quality Ferrari F40 model, and I'm unboxing that really badly on that video. And then our final video in the travel series, we went to Sepang, as in the international motor racing circuit, as in Formula One. And there was nobody there, and you weren't allowed to do anything, and they've got a museum, but it was rubbish. So should you visit Sepang when there's no racing going on? Absolutely not, because it was crap. But that's a very honest Geoff review. I'm going to walk you all around the museum before we leave. So that is it. That sums up Geoff Buys Cars on tour. We're heading back. I've got lots of fun stuff to do when I get home, including getting an MOT on my two Volvo cross countries, because I bought, how many cars have I bought since I've been traveling? I think I bought 4 while I've been out of the country. I bought a second Volvo V70 cross country, a green one, which you'll be seeing on the channel soon. It's got an epic list of MOT failures, but it's got a private number plate on it that should be worth some money, and I think I can get that car on the road. I've got my brown V70 cross country to get on the road. I've got my red Volvo 850 TDI to get on the road. I've got my green Volvo 850 TDI that I think will be disposed of in a Jeffel, so keep an eye on your email inbox for that. But most excitingly, and I mean most excitingly, I've got my Proton Coupe. I'm so looking forward to seeing my Proton Coupe. It's arrived in Worcester. It's with my local mechanic, Luke. Luke has said to me that it runs, so that's good. We're going to do a cam belt, we're going to do a set of tyres, we're going to do a service. I'll probably refurbish the alloy wheels as well, because I'm geeky like that, and fit some floor mats. And then I'm going to meet up with the map master, and we're going to work out what our next trip is going to be. So give me like 3-4 weeks, and we're going to do and we're not talking an English road trip either. We're going to do a big European road trip. And the idea that I came up with the other day, and I texted Lee, and he was like, that is brilliant. What we're going to do is we're going to come up with 6 possible European destinations, and each one of those 6 destinations will be represented by a number on a dice. We're going to drive to Dover, we're going to jump on a ferry, and whilst we're on the ferry, probably having a beer, we're going to roll the dice, and we're going to go to whichever destination comes up on the dice. So if you've got suggestions for where we should drive in Europe, I don't know if you're going to be Albania or Croatia or Spain or Greece, or you tell us basically, and we will decide where we want to go. We'll allocate 6 locations to the 6 points on the dice, and we'll do it. See who gets there first and see who gets there cheapest. Him in a Porsche, me in a Proton. Porsche versus Proton. So excited for that. That'll be in, I don't know, 3-4 weeks time, something like that. So back in the UK, get an MOT on all my cars. I'm going to try and get the fleet down. So if you're interested in any of my cars, let me know. I want to get down to just my Volvo 850 TDI, the red one, the original one, and my Proton. I want to get down to 2 cars. So that means I've potentially got 2 V70 cross countries to part with. I've got the green Volvo 850 TDI. I've also got a Mini Cooper S and a BMW 330D as well that you haven't even seen yet. So if you're looking for a really good car, I've got a couple that you could potentially have. Lots going on, flights, and that's it. That is our time in Malaysia, sadly. We will be doing a full review of our trip. I'll sit down with Mrs. Geoff when we're back and we'll go through everything. I'll probably put up a post for another Q&A for any questions that you've got. And I want to break down like where we went, you know, what the best hotel was, what the best food was we ate, and give you like an honest report on the places that we've been. I don't think either of us feel like we found what we were looking for, but I think as well that's been an education. So that's it. That's OnlyFans. That's Give Me a Big Knob. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the support. Do subscribe. Do click like. And as Harry Metcalf would say, more videos coming along very soon. And as the Backmaster would say, let's go. As in, let's go to the airport. Cool. Cheers. Right. Speak to you in a bit.